Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, Melanin Goddess Life. I am the Melanin Goddess Sonia, and I hope that you guys are having a wonderful day. I hope you're staying safe, but at the same time doing something fun and exciting for yourself. So today's video is going to be on the topic of ancestor money. Now, I don't know if everyone is familiar with ancestor money, if you're already using ancestor money, but I am a firm believer that ancestor money is something that really has changed my life and can change your life once you learn the benefits of ancestor money. So I put together some information, and I put together about 6 bullet points that I want to go over that basically explains ancestor money, why you should use it, how you should use it. At the end of the video, we're going to do a demonstration on how to burn your ancestor money. And if you have any questions and comments at the end of the video, please leave them down at the bottom. So without further ado, let's get started. And of course, I always have my notes so I can stay on task. Ancestor money. So ancestor money is also known as ancestral money, spirit money, joss paper, hell or heaven bank money, or hell or heaven bank notes. Now, the name hell and heaven bank money is derived from when the Christian missionaries encountered the Asian natives, and they were explaining heaven and hell to them. The Asian natives interpreted it as the afterlife. Thus, hell and heaven notes mean afterlife notes for the dead to use. Okay? The ancestor money comes in different monetary denominations and actual sizes. I think the largest denomination, I think it goes from as low as $1, and I think the largest denomination is quadrillion. Ancestor money is used for various reasons. And like I said before, I have about 6 bullet points that I'm going to talk about to give you an idea of how to use ancestor money and how it helps you with your spiritual practices. The first way that we use ancestor money is through offerings to your ancestors. The reason we give an offering to our ancestors is to display, it's a display of love, respect, and gratitude for their love, protection, and guidance from the spiritual realm. This is not just a symbolic offering, but it's also an offering to cover all their needs and desires in the spiritual realm. Now, let me stop right there and kind of explain that. Just like here in the earthly realm, we have things that we need, things that we like, luxuries that we care for that sustain us here in the earthly realm. It is the same in the spiritual realm for our ancestors. They still have their spiritual lives over there. They still have things that they need to sustain themselves, things that bring joy to them, but they have to have currency. And you know, money is currency. It's an energy. So don't get so much caught up in like, okay, they need actual money. It's not like that. They need the energy of currency to sustain themselves in the spiritual realm. So you are providing for their actual needs in the spiritual realm. I know this kind of like may sound weird to some people, but it really is a thing. So when you are doing an offering of ancestor money, you're actually helping them also with making sure that they are comfortable and provided for in the spiritual realm. The number 2 reason is you give an offering to clear karmic debt. Sometimes when our ancestors transition to the spiritual realm, they leave behind karmic debt. And they also take karmic debt with them into the spiritual realm. So if this is the case, and the debt is not reconciled prior to them leaving the earthly realm and transitioning over to the spiritual realm, they cannot move into their spiritual assignment or their divine space. So they're kind of left in a spiritual limbo until this karmic debt is cleared. And that is where you come in by giving an offering on their behalf to clear up. So yes, you are tasked with the responsibility of making sure that their karmic debt is cleared up either from the earthly realm or the spiritual realm, so they can transition over into their proper alignment in the spiritual realm. You're also, in addition to that, By giving this offering to your ancestors on behalf of your ancestors, you're also clearing the debt for your entire family. And I have a firm belief that when you do that, you are not only clearing the debt for your present family here in the earthly realm, but you are clearing the debt for your ancestors 7 years prior to you and 7 years in the future of you. So you are really, really the kind of like the spokesperson for your family when you take on this responsibility, and you are clearing their debt, because you want to make sure that all your ancestors are in the spiritual realm and they're comfortable and they're happy. Because if they're comfortable and happy, then they can do their job, which is to watch over you, to guide you, and provide for you. The number 3 thing is you do an offering for yourself. Of course, you want to give an offering to the universe on your personal behalf as a sign of your gratitude and respect to clear your own debt. So when it's time for you to transition over into the spiritual realm, you want to transition over with no karmic debt. You want to go into the spiritual realm debtless. And you want to clear your karmic debt here while you're on earth, because you want a peaceful existence. And for me, it is a personal goal that I try to work through any type of trauma, any type of toxic experiences that I've had, making sure that I'm clearing up any type of debt while I'm still here, because I personally want to be a very good ancestor. I want to transition over when it is my time into the spiritual realm, and I don't want to leave the responsibility of, my granddaughters or great-granddaughters or whomever is going to take up the responsibility of being the familial spokesperson for the afterlife. I don't want them to have to deal with my karmic debt. I don't want to leave anything there for them to have to deal with. So I'm trying to clear as much of my own debt up before I leave here, so no one has to do it for me. The 4th reason we give is for a monetary blessing. Of course, you give for a monetary blessing because you know that the law of reciprocity says that if you give with a genuine and open and giving heart, you will receive back. So, of course, you're going to be giving this offering because you want monetary blessings and protection over your life. Number 5, we do the offering if you have an ancestor altar. You want to give the offering on your ancestor altar. That's kind of self-explanatory. I don't even know why I included that one in, but somebody may need that. You want to give the offering on your ancestral altar. And on my altar, I do have Ancestor Money on my altar for my ancestors. And number 6, you can use Ancestor Money for your money spells, your money rituals. You can put them in your mojo bags. You can put them in your money drawing oils. You can, if you have a money altar, of course you can place them there. That'll be the ideal place for you to place your ancestor money. And if you have like the dolls that you make for whatever reason, and if you want to make like a money doll, you can, as part of the stuffing, you can put ancestral money inside of there because it is the energy of currency. So for number 6, you're using the energy of currency for your rituals and your spell work and your candles and things of that nature. So you would be using your ancestral money for that. So those are the 6 reasons. And there's probably a plethora of other reasons that you can use it, but for me, those are kind of like the basic reasons that you would use ancestor money. Now, where do you do this offering? That's the next thing we're going to go over. You can do your offering at your ancestor altar. If you don't have an altar, you can do it wherever your spirit resonates. If you have a sacred space that you do your spiritual work in, of course you can do your offering there. I personally, if I'm not doing my offering at my ancestor altar, I like to come outside on my balcony and do my offerings. And Just depends on how I feel. I may do it at night under covering of the moon. I may come out during the morning time, you know, when it's quiet outside, and I'll do it, you know, early in the morning, wherever I feel like doing it or whenever I feel like doing it. It's solely up to you and where it resonates. Now, keep in mind, when you are doing your spiritual offering, your ancestor money, you're going to be burning it. And I'm going to show you how to do that too. You're going to be burning it. Now, even though we are very spiritual beings, we are spiritual beings on earth here having an earthly experience, we have to use some common sense. Practice fire safety, making sure that you're doing your offering in a well-ventilated area, making sure there's nothing around that can possibly catch on fire. Just be safe and be smart, okay? Practice fire safety. Let's make sure that we're careful with that. So yeah, so you can do it at your altar, you can do it outside, wherever you do your spiritual work is solely up to you. So, this point, I'm going to demonstrate how you're going to burn your ancestor money. Alright. So, I got to show you the money itself. Okay, so this is the one I want to use. Now, I got some ancestor money the other day, and I'd had some before, but you know, the mail has been so crazy, so it's kind of took a while for it to get here. So this is basically how it looks, and this is a denomination of 50. Now, on your ancestor money, you're going to see this face here. Now, this is the Jade Emperor right here, and this is going to be on most of your ancestor money that comes from China. And the Jade Emperor basically is the overseer of the afterlife. Some people say he's the gatekeeper of money and currency and things of that nature. So he'll be here on your ancestor money and possibly here. And this one is kind of like the standard size, but they have ancestor money that comes in very, very large, and the size is very large. And I think the bigger the denomination, the bigger the paper gets. So this is this one right here. But this is what I'm going to use today. Now, first and foremost, we are always going to cleanse anything that we're working with, any spiritual tools that we are working with. So we're always going to cleanse it. So I have so I'm using my yerba sage, and yerba sage is good for, of course, for cleansing. It's good for protection. It's good for setting boundaries. It's good for emotional healing, beautification. So I'm using this today to cleanse. Now, of course, as I said before, you want to make sure before you start working with any type of spiritual tools or anything, you want to cleanse, because you don't want anyone's energy on there. You want your own energy. Cleanse off anything like that. So I'm just going to use one, maybe two of the bills so we can get it good. And I'll sage the rest later. So we're going to use 2 bills. And when you're saging and you're trying to banish away, you want to go into a counterclockwise motion, because you want to banish away things from you. If there's anything you're trying to draw into you, something good, you're going to do a clockwise motion. So I'm just going to pass this over and go in a counterclockwise motion. And I'm going to do just a silent meditation over it, cleansing away any negative energy, cleansing away any energy where any hands it's passed through. That's it. And then in a clockwise motion, I want to draw in peace, love, light, protection. I want to generate the energy of currency. And that's it. So we have cleansed, protected our money. Now, you want to burn your money in a fire resistance pan, bowl, or whatever you're going to use. This is some more money that I had. I just kind of pulled it off my altar real quick so you can see it. And this is the $10,000 denomination. So I'm going to put this one back on my altar. Now, I personally use this little stainless steel bowl, and I go a little bit further and I put aluminum foil in it. So this is what I'm going to use to burn it. And I use this all the time. One thing I forgot is when I start any type of spiritual work, depending on what it is, I like to anoint my hands. Well, first I wash my hands, which I already did. But I like to anoint my hands with a spiritual oil. And I'm going to use just a rolled opener oil on my hands. Alright. Okay, so we've cleansed, we've protected, we've anointed our hands. Now, what I would suggest that you do, you don't have to do this. You can just do this through a couple of ways. Whatever your intentions are, you can set them by speaking into, by speaking into your ancestor money, or you can write your intentions on your money. I like to write intentions. That's my thing. I like to write them all the time. So, of course, green is the energy of currency, money, abundance, prosperity. And, I try to make sure everything is aligned with what I'm trying to manifest or what spiritual practice or spiritual work that I'm doing. So I'm going to take a green Sharpie and I am going to write my intentions. Now, if you were doing this as an offering to your loved one or on behalf of your loved one, you would write their name. You would write their birthday if you wanted to, if you knew it. And then you would write something to the effect of, this offering is on behalf of so-and-so to clear karmic debt. If you were trying to clear the karmic debt, or if you were giving them an offering to them, this offering is for so-and-so. Thank you for your love, kindness, protection. Whatever it is that you wanted to write to them, you would write it on your ancestor money. So whatever your message is to your ancestors or to the universe or whatever you're trying to manifest, you would actually write it on here like you were writing on a petition. This is your petition. So I'm going to do this on behalf of myself. So I would write my name. I'd put my birthday. And I would write whatever I'm petitioning or whatever I wanted to say. And it doesn't have to be a long, drawn out. It can be as long as you want it to be. You can use this side. You can turn it over, whatever you want to. Write it down. Wrote down what I wanted to symbol. Okay, now, everyone has a different technique. You'll decide what your technique is once you start working with it. Mine is, once I've written it down, and I put my energy on it. I want to make sure my energy is on it. However you choose to put your energy on it, this is the way I choose to put mine on it. Okay? When you're trying to draw something to you, like I said, you would go in a clockwise motion. Anything away from you is a counterclockwise motion. Now, when you are folding this, much like when you're folding your petitions that you want to draw something, you want to draw something to you, you're going to fold it towards you. Away from you, you're going to fold it away from you. So I'm going to fold this to me. And in a clockwise turn, away, and fold this to me. And it just depends. You can fold it as small as you want or as big as you want. I usually just stop right here. Okay. I'm going to set my intentions again. And then we're going to light it. Alright, so I got matches here. I hope it doesn't get too windy. I'm going to light it. And I put it here in my bowl. And you can see same thing. Fold it towards me, turn it clockwise, fold it again. Oh, that one's burning. If you can see it. Let's see if I can. But you should see like a green flame. I don't know if I can get it. I'm just going to burn this one for just to see if we can get the green flame to show on camera. But you should see a green hue when you're burning it. So it's going to look a green color. But I don't know if it's picking up on the camera. So we're going to just burn one more just to see if we can pick it up on the camera. It's hard to see on camera, but this is what it looks like as far as when you're burning. And you got your ashes, so you're going to let it, make sure it burns all the way out. Still burn it a little bit. Okay. So then you have your ashes. Now, we're not quite done. Okay, so we're not quite done. Now, what do you do with the ashes? You can do one or two things. Well, if you can do a few things. Now, for me personally, I take my ashes and I actually put them in a flower pot. So I have a couple of plants over there. I actually have a bamboo plant over there, and I put these ashes in the flower pot around my flowers, or any other flowers that I may have on there, because for me it's symbolic that plants, of course, are a living thing. So I'm going to put these ashes on there, and particularly with the bamboo plant, because it is a money drawing plant. So I'm going to use that. Some people dispose of it. They'll put it on their altar, their ancestor altar, and let it sit there for a few days. You can also dispose of it in running water, you know, because water is fluid, it's movement. So you can dispose of it in running water, or you can just throw it away. You can just dump it. Your intentions are already set. You've already put your intentions in it. You've already, you know, once you light it, you send it off to the universe, and so now it's just ashes. So however you choose to dispose of it is fine. I like to put mine in my flower pot. Actually, my plant actually picked up some life when because I burnt some money the other night, and I put it in. I had been putting it in there quite often, and I noticed that it is starting to come back to life, because if anybody knows, I do not have a green thumb, and I will kill anything. So to see it started to come back to life, I have to equate to it's not me, it's the ashes. But you can dispose of them any way you like. You can actually put them in your mojo bags. You can use them with your spell work or your manifestation work, whatever you want to. Okay, so that is the end of the video. I hope it has been. Oh, when should you burn your ancestor money? Okay, really quickly, whenever you see fit. Like I always say, your spiritual practices, you choose how you want to operate in your spiritual work. So whenever you choose to. I burn ancestor money on a regular every Sunday. Sunday's my favorite day of the week. It's my day to regroup. It's my day to sit and be still. So I like to do it every Sunday. But that does not mean that I don't burn it any other time. I burn it at the new moon. I burn it at the full moon. I burn it every Sunday. And sometimes if I feel like I just want to burn it, I'll burn it. But those are the times that I know for certain I'm going to be burning my ancestor money. But I burn it if I feel like it in between time, anytime. So you choose and decide when you want to burn your money. Okay, I think that's everything. Okay, so again, if you have any questions, any comments about the video, please leave them down below. Please like, share, subscribe to my channel. Follow me on all the social networks, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course YouTube, and they're all at Melanin Goddess Life. Also, if you would like to purchase any manifestation ritual candles or any metaphysical items, please visit my store at Etsy.com, and my store, of course, is Melanin Goddess Life. Thank you guys for your attention. You have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.